Yeah, good evening, Jackson, Kelvin, and Satish. Are you able to hear me well? Wilfred, Rahul, Kelvin, Jackson, Satish, is my voice audible? Okay, cool. Now, let's begin with the class. Okay, we are going to continue with the same chapter which we were doing last time here. Okay, third chapter under this. Okay, but before that, what you have to do, I'll tell you. Okay, so now you have to write a very short paragraph on this topic, which is nature's fury. Okay, once you are done with the paragraph, then we are going to start with the chapter. Fine? Yeah, good evening, Rahul. So we were doing, I think, third chapter. Let me open that. Okay, so just write one short paragraph on nature's fury, and then we are going to start with the chapter we were doing last time. Fine? Is it clear, everyone? Jackson, Kelvin, Wilfred, Rahul, Padi, Satish? Yeah. So just write it down, please. Is it clear, Jackson? As this is the first time you are, attending my class. So just write it down, please. We have done till here. Now we have to do this one. See, Fadi, you have to write one short paragraph on nature's fury. You understand what nature's fury is? So just write one short paragraph on that. Fine, Pradesh, Padi, Rahul, Wilfred, Kelvin, Jackson, and Satish. Just start writing it down now. So, see, let me ask you one by one. Padi, do you understand what we have to do? You have to write one short paragraph on nature's fury. Sriraj, Ramchandran, just write one short paragraph in the chat box on the topic nature's fury. Rahul Raju, you have to write one short paragraph on nature's fury. Wilfred, Kelvin, you need to write one short paragraph on nature's fury. Jackson, Satish, is it clear what you have to do? Any queries? Anyone out there? Sriraj, see, you have to write one short paragraph on the topic nature's fury. Do you understand what nature's fury is? Anyone out there? Everyone out there? Do you understand what nature's fury is? See, it's like earthquakes, like there are so many, like earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, floods, okay, which kills people in masses is known as nature's fury. See, we are interfering too much with nature on the name of progress, so that makes nature furious, and every now and then we encounter such kind of stuffs like like natural disasters. Natural disasters are a way of nature through which they show their fury. They like the way of showing anger. Okay, so how nature shows anger? They show anger by like through natural disasters. We encounter them every now and then. So nature's fury means nature, see, we are interfering too much with the nature, so whenever there is a natural disaster, it would be termed as nature's fury. Fine. Satish and Jackson, are you there? Is it clear what you have to do? Just write short paragraph on that. Kelvin, you too. Rahul, Fadi, Sriraj, is it clear, everyone? Please let me know in the chat box. Sriraj, is it clear what you have to do? So just write it down, just one very short paragraph. Hi Lakshmi, how are you? Lakshmi, you have to write one very short paragraph on nature's fury. Yes, Lakshmi, you have to write one short paragraph on nature's fury. So just write it down, and once you are done with it, we are going to continue with the topic we were doing last time. So your time starts now. Okay, fine, Fadi, great. I'm expecting answers from others. You are just getting 3 more minutes. Try to finish it up in 3 minutes. Just try to wind it up in 3 minutes so that we can begin with the chapter. Because I would like to start with the new chapter today. Once we have just few things left out in the previous chapter. Okay? Just finish it in 2 minutes. Come on. Fine, your time is over. Okay? Fine. Good evening, Samo. Now, let's start with the last chapter. Okay? See, some words are mentioned here, right? Now, great. Some words are listed here. You have to fill in the blanks using the appropriate words. Fine? And then I'm going to share the answer. Okay? Is it clear? Kelvin, Fadish, Sriraj, Lakshmi, Samo, Jackson, Satish. You have to solve this exercise. Just start solving it, please. Fine, Lakshmi. Very good. Now you have to solve this exercise. Just put the answers in the chat box. Yeah. Just finish it fast. Then I'm going to reveal the answers. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me reveal the answers. Okay. See, these are the answers. First one is calling. Second is moment. Third is see. Fourth is hold the line. Ring up. In. Phone. After. Back. Dialed. Extension. Bothered. Mobile. Directory. Stand. Checked. Confirm. Fine. Is it clear? Now, let's continue. Okay, so we were doing these questions last time. Now, if in an interview they ask you, okay, like tell me about yourself, how you can answer that question, okay? This is perhaps the most frequently asked question during interviews. It is the question asked at the beginning of the interview and gives the applicant an opportunity to make an opening statement about himself or herself. You can use this to state a summary of your goals, overall professional capabilities, achievements, background, strength, professional objectives, and anything about your personality that is relevant and interesting. This question represents an opportunity to lead the interviewer in the direction you want him to, your specialization or whatever else you may wish to highlight. Okay? Remember that first impression you will create will go a long way in the ultimate selection. Okay? However, most candidates who are asked this question just blurt out their schooling, college marks, and qualification. All this is already there in the CV. Why tell the interviewer something he already knows? Right? Emphasize upon the unique characteristics that you possess while answering this question. All of us are unique in our own way, and that is the catch. Actually, everybody has something special, and what one needs to do is to probe into oneself and answer the question. So this is how you need to answer this question when they ask you, tell me about yourself. Fine? Fine. Fine. Is this much clear to everyone? Shall we proceed ahead? Samu, Lakshmi, Sriraj, Padi, Kelvin and Satish. Please let me know in the chat box. Lakshmi, Kelvin. Will you mind reading this part on your own? Then we can jump to the next part. Yeah, just read this part on your own. Is it clear? Samu, Lakshmi, Siraj, Padi, Kelvin. Yeah. You reading it? Lakshmi, Samu, Sriraj, Padi, Kelvin, Satish. Once you are done, just type done in the chat box. Are you done with this much? Shall I proceed ahead to the next part? Are you done with it? Padi, Sriraj, Lakshmi, Kelvin, Satish. Okay. Now, if they ask you what are your strengths and weaknesses, this question is generally asked in an interview. This is the second question. Preceding the first question, tell me about yourself. This is a rather deceptive question and you should be prepared carefully. To prepare for this question, one should ensure that one makes an objective. You have to make self-assessment of yourself before the interview. Then only you can get to know that what strengths you have and what weaknesses you have. Okay. And don't make this a statement, never ever make this a statement that I don't have any weakness. Okay. This is how you're going to gain negative marks. Okay. Think about your personality trait that help you to perform better as your strengths and weaknesses as what hampers your performance. Be positive. Turn a weakness into a strength. For example, you might say, I often worry too much over my work assignments. So see, this is your negative point, but still this proves that you are a positive man. You are too much into your work. Fine? Is it clear, everyone? Okay. Now, what are your hobbies? Do you play any sports? Through this question, the interviewer maybe, see why they ask this question. You have to, yeah, sure. See, you can even say that, like I get angry when my work is not completed. Okay. So that's why, and I get very pressurized when my work is not completed. So rather than doing everything on one day, last day, I do my work regularly so that all the work is not piled up and I finish it on the last day. Fine. Now, see, whatever question they ask, they try to introspect you. Fine. So you have to answer them with, see, you have to understand the psychology behind the question, and then you have to frame your answer. Is it clear? Okay. Okay, it's okay, Naeem. Now, so see, you have to understand the philosophy. Now, when they ask you this question, what are your hobbies? Do you play any sports? In an interview, you can say through like what they want to judge. Through this such questions, the interviewer may be looking for evidences of your job skills out. Actually, why I am answering late? I am afraid. You know, like earthquakes hit my city 2 in the morning, so everything was shaking. So I'm just checking if something is shaking at my end or what, because you know my laptop was shaking for a while, so I was checking that. I'm really sorry about it. You might have heard about the earthquake. So it has caused a lot of it has been a very devastating, it has got devastating effects in Nepal. So many people have been killed, but yeah, it struck India too, several places. Although no one has been killed in my city, it was just for a few minutes, but yeah, everyone gets afraid. Yeah, everything is okay. It was just for a few seconds. The house was shaking. Yeah. Through such question, the interviewer may be looking for evidence of your job skills outside of your professional experience. For example, hobbies such as chess or bridge demonstrate analytical skills. So see, they just don't need people who are very good in working, like work savvy, tech savvy. They just need additional skills too, right? Reading, music and painting are creative hobbies. Individual sports show determination and stamina, while group sort of activities may indicate you are comfortable working in a team. So they want to judge your skills, which are relevant to the job, through by asking you this question, whether you have those additional skills or not. Okay, okay. So for how many seconds it lasted? Like, was it for in Nepal? Yeah, I think they have experienced it 17 times, and few historical monuments has been it has been totally, yeah, few historical monuments has been totally crushed. Like those were few decades old, and it has been totally finished, and so many people are still there in the debris. They are trying to take them out, dead bodies basically. Yeah, your awareness of the objectives behind such question can help you answer appropriately. Also, the interviewer might simply be curious to know whether you have a life outside work or not. Employees who are creative, see, they actually ask you about your hobbies because employees who are creative, actually they are more they are more confident, right? Stress free and healthy. Okay, okay. Is it clear? So they want to judge whether you are stress free, because if the employees is stress free, they are going to they are going to encash less, you can say medical leave, right? They will have to spend less on, and they'll be more into their work, right? They'll be more attuned towards their work, right? And they will do it with enthusiasm, right? They'll have more enthusiasm. And if your creative sides are awakened, you can you don't get that tense. Even if the problem is big, you try to solve it, because those are your driving skills. It evokes positivity in you, right? Do you prefer to work by yourself or with others? The ideal answer is one of flexibility. However, be honest, give examples describing how you have worked in both situations. Fine. So if you understand the psychology behind something, you can surely deal with it, and same is applicable to the interviews, questions which is being asked in the interview. Fine. And asking questions during a job interview. Now, most of the times they ask questions to you. Okay. Like why they ask questions, they invite you to ask questions, interviewers. This is an important opportunity for you to learn more about the employer, okay, and for the interviewer to further evaluate you as a job candidate. So don't hesitate in saying, asking questions when you are being invited. Just be confident and ask them questions. This is how you can get to know more about them. Okay. Here are some guidelines for asking questions. Prepare 5 good questions with understanding you may not have time to ask them all. Ask questions concerning the job, company, and the industry or profession. Your questions should indicate your interest in these subjects and that you have read and thought about them. For example, you might start, I read in Economic Times that, I wonder if that factor is going to have an impact on your business. Something of that kind. Fine? Now, what do you have to do? Pick up a job advertisement related to your field of study interest. Imagine that you have been called by the advertiser for a job interview. Okay? Suppose you have seen some, okay. See, it's very well mentioned here. You can ask them about their company, okay, and while asking them about their company, just like indicate it to them that yeah, I know I have done some some homework about your company. It's not like you'll just go for an interview. You need to learn something about company, right? They actually try to choose people who do something about by themselves, right? Who are self-capable, self-supportive. Okay, so you can ask them questions that, okay, this is going to show that you have got keen interest in them and you are willing to work with them. You are keen to join them. Okay. So you can ask questions concerning the job, the company, what would be my job role. If you'll ask about the job role, it would ensure that yes, you are reluctant to work there and you will be, you will be a promising employee, right? You'll be productive for them. You can even ask about the industry, and while asking questions, just try to show it to them, but don't flaunt too much that yes, you know about it. So that means that proves that you are capable of doing things on your own. Once they'll give you guidelines, nowadays actually they cannot do spoon feeding. Then they actually want employees to be self-supportive and try to view the problem, the way it has to be viewed, and as well as the other sides of it on their own, rather than they guiding them at every step. Okay. Now imagine that you have been called by the advertiser for a job interview. Make a list at least 3 questions you could ask the interviewer. Come on, do this one. Lakshmi, Naeem, Sriraj, Padi, Satish, would you mind doing this exercise? Check your progress 7. And once I'm done with this chapter, I'll start with another chapter in the same, subject. That is communication only. Fine. Just try solving that exercise, please. Okay, okay. You have to frame 3 questions. Please finish it fast. I cannot see other people's question. Just finish it fast. Okay, fine, cool. Now, asking for a reference. Write a letter to a professor asking him if you can mention her as a referee. See, sometimes they ask for references. So you just cannot give anyone's reference without asking them. So if you'll ask them, if you'll take confirmation from them, whenever the employer is going to call them, they'll confirm that they know you well. Fine. Include the following points. A reminder of who you are. Professor teach hundreds of students and should be able to place you. I mean, they would be able to recognize you. Request for permission to name him as a referee. Okay. Inform them about where you are applying. It could be an institute of higher education or business organization. Okay. So now you have to write a letter to your professor, and you need to ask them that whether you can add them as a reference or not. Okay, so you just, first of all, you need to tell them that who you are, because they teach hundreds of students, so they might not remember you. And then you have to request for the permission. You need to take the permission whether you can add them as a reference or not. And you need to inform them where you are applying, what you are applying for. Fine? Wait. Just a second. Is it clear what you have to do? Jitin Jose and Rikshi, you have joined very late. Are you able to hear me well? Jitin Jose. So you have to write this. You have to do this task, that is check your progress 8. Okay. You have to mention the name of one professor as a reference. Okay. Okay. So now you just cannot add anyone as a reference without taking their permission. So you have to write a letter to your professor. You just need to take permission from him whether you can add him as a reference or not, who you are, because they might not remember you, and where you are applying and what you are applying for. Fine? Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Please let me know in the chat box. Jitin Jose, Samu, Padi, Naeem, Rekshi, Lakshmi, Sriraj, Kelvin, and Satish. Are Samu and Padi the only students in class? How about others? Please respond. Naeem. Those students who are not going to respond or participate actively in the class, they will be marked as absent. So please don't do that. There is no point, coming in the class if you don't want to follow anything. Just don't come here for the sake of, attending. There is no use. How you are going to learn if you are not going to do the exercises? Obviously, we learn from our mistakes, and obviously practice makes man perfect. Okay, so even if you are writing wrong, just try something at least. Okay, and please see, this class is just for 1 hour, so try to follow me. What's the harm? Am I talking something irrelevant? No, right? See, if the letter asking for reference, is not appropriate, no one is going to, give their reference to you. And if any reference is not there in your, along with your resume, your CV might be, they might reject your CV. Okay. So you should learn how to write. You just cannot add anyone as a reference without taking their permission. Okay. And you might be a very promising candidate, but since no one is willing to give you a reference because your style of writing for a reference letter is not up to the mark, or the person is not able to recognize you, you may suffer in that case, right? So you should learn it. Okay, just write it down, then I'm going to show you, and I'm going to tell you how you can write that down appropriately. What is the style of writing that? What style you need to follow? I'm going to show you the sample. Just finish this fast. Then I'm going to show you the sample. Yeah. All right. All right. Very good. Okay. Now, I will show you the letter, how you can write that down. See, before you ask professor for a recommendation, just make sure he knows your name. Have you ever spoken to him outside the class? Okay. Have you ever got good grades in his subject? And have you taken more than one subject with this teacher? Okay. You have to keep in mind all these stuff. Okay. So I'll tell you what has to be written. See, this is how you can write it down. Okay. Let others finish it and then I'm going to show it to you. Rekshi, where is your letter? Mohammed Tariq, can I see your letter? Just finish it fast. Okay, I'm going to show it to you. See, this is how you can write it down. I'm going to show it to you. Wait. Yeah, this is the one. Wait, it will be there on the board in few seconds. Just give me a moment. So it would be like I am writing to ask you if you would be willing to write a letter of recommendation for me. My name is so and so. I took your class in advanced archaeology and subsequently graduated with BS archaeology major in 2010. I require a recommendation for my application to work at the renowned museum. The recommendation is due on, you even need to mention like when is it due? On 5th March 2011. I choose to apply to this museum because I was extremely excited about their tribal artifacts department. Now you need to explain to them why you are so willing to apply for the same, why you are taking so much interest in applying for the same. You have to show your keenness to the professor. I know that several pieces currently on display were acquired by you, and he is also mentioning this candidate that okay, you have also participated to this specific museum. So even this makes me interested more. Okay. During your trip to the Amazon, I'm extremely hopeful that I might gain a position in a department with such well-rounded collection to work with. I believe that you are aware through our conversation. Okay. Wait, I want to make it a bit big. No, wait. Just a second. Give me a moment. Wait, I'm going to make it a bit big. I don't think I can make it big. Okay, yeah, this is the one. Yes, I'm going to put it here. Wait, I've got that. Wait, I'm just going to put another one on the board. Yeah. See, this is the first paragraph. First of all, you have to write it like this, that I am writing it to you if you are willing to write a letter of recommendation for me. Okay. So first of all, you have to mention why you are writing him a letter. Okay. And then in the next paragraph, you have to explain, okay, that why you are willing to apply for the position. Okay. Is it visible now? Yeah. See, I'm writing to you to if you would be willing to write a letter for me, or like to write a letter of recommendation for me. My name is so and so, and I have done this and this. I require your recommendation because I want to apply for the same, and the recommendation is due on this and this date. And now you have to, in the second paragraph, you have to make him aware that, you know, yeah, you have to make him aware that who you are. He might not remember you. Okay, so he has written, I believe that you are aware through our conversation and my participation in your course that I am dedicated to the field of archaeology. I have completed my degree in archaeology as of June of this year. I was able to intern at the museum under Dr. Marcus Rudy, whom I believe you know. Okay, so even if the professor doesn't knows you directly, you can give the recommendation of someone whom the professor knows, who the professor knows, and he knows you well. I also have extensive experience in cataloging items gained through my internship. Fine. And then you can write it to him that I wish to present the letter. Okay. I can even collect it from you. Okay. And then you can thank him in the last line, like thank you for your time and consideration. Okay. Something of that kind. So what you need to write in the last paragraph, I'll show it to you. See, thank you in advance for your time. Okay. And consideration. I also wanted to extend an additional thank you for the time I spent under your instruction. Okay. I really enjoyed your course and I can't express how much I have taken away from Archaeology 101. So this must be the subject code of that professor. Okay. If they were truly that special teacher, you can become more effusive in your praise. I know I will take in the things I have learned in that course and apply them in my life's work. So you can tell them that you have learned a lot from him and you will be applying that once you get selected with this, for this specific, job or course, okay, or internship. Your mentoring really had a positive impact in my life and I can never thank you enough. Fine? So this is what you can write. This is how you can write, this is how you can ask a professor or some previous employer of yours for recommendation. First of all, just write it to them where you are applying for, what is the due date of recommendation, and then you can give your, just make them recognize who you are, and then thank them for the time they might have spent with you, that how much you need to thank them, because they might have supported you during your work when you were working with them, okay, or during the time you were pursuing the course, and what you have learned from the course. And in the last one, that is and you also need to mention in that letter that you can collect it from them, or they can even send the written Joes. You need to give them privilege. You need to make them feel privileged. Then only they are going to give it. Okay, but otherwise, you know, why they are going to spare time for you? Why they are going to? They are already very busy. Why they are going to take out time for you? Right? So you need to make them privileged, right? And you also need to thank them for their mentorship when you were pursuing their particular course, in which they might have mentored you, or even if you were working them as an employee, you need to thank them for the experience they have given you. For you need to mention all those stuff in your letter when you are asking for recommendation. Fine. This is how you need to ask for recommendation from a professor. And there should not be any grammatical errors or spelling mistakes. Just proofread your letter. Okay? And don't push them. Okay? Don't push them. and how you can repay them back, you can even think of that. So this is how you have to write it. That is in short. In short, this is how you have to write it. This is the appropriate format. If anything else is needed, obviously you can add that too. If anything you want to exclude, you can exclude that as per the demand of the situation. But this is how you write in. This is the format you need to follow. Fine? Is it clear, everyone? Any questions? Anyone out there? Okay. Yeah, I am checking that actually now once more to make sure that your letter is grammatically correct. Respected sir. See, nowadays we don't use that, we don't open it with respected. Dear would be okay, or sir. I am okay. Okay. And whenever you start a fresh sentence, it should start with a capital letter. See, this much, Naeem was not only his, Naeem is not only the favorite student, one student in his lifetime. He might be having other favorite students too. So there must be someone else with the name Naeem, and he must be his favorite student. So don't write that thing. Just don't make him recognize you by saying that you were his favorite student. You can even mention your batch number or, roll number. I was from this batch and this was my roll number. I have pursued a course. You have to give the detailed information rather than just saying I was your favorite student. It's not like you were, this is going to make him feel that you are making him believe that you are one of his favorite students, one in lifetime. You are the only one favorite student he had in his lifetime. So this should not be done. Okay? And don't write this thing waiting for your reply, positive reply. What is this? You are forcing him to write a recommendation letter for you. No positive reply, waiting for your reply. Okay? Don't push him. Don't push him and don't make him feel that he only had one student who was his favorite. That is Naeem. Don't make him feel the same. Okay? Just try to make him recognize who you are. By giving him some other hints rather than just writing I was your favorite student. He might be having thousands of favorite students. You never know. Right? Yeah. Thank you so much. Any other questions? Anyone out there? Do you have any other questions for me? If you have any questions for me pertaining from whatever I have taught today, please do ask me. Okay. Okay. So please be there on Monday and please be on time. Don't try to, jump in the class at the middle. See, just try to be on time, so that you can follow the complete thing. If you join in the middle, you are the one who is going to suffer because you won't be able to follow the complete thing, right? I might have started with a new chapter, and if you are not going to be there in the beginning, you won't be able to follow things at the middle. They should be there. Unless and until there is an emergency or you just cannot join, just try to be on time. Okay, just try to be on time and just try to be regular so that you don't miss out anything. Okay, that is a request, kind request. Okay, you might not be able to follow completely. I'm not getting you. What is the intention behind asking that question? Can you disclose that to me first? Yes, Naeem. See, whenever an interviewer asks something, they have some intention behind it, some as far as the interview questions are considered. So I'm also asking you the same thing. Why you are asking that question, motive behind that. Why you want to know that? See, you had been attending my classes from past 1 month, I guess, So you can judge it based on my tone and accent, like I'm from which nationality. You can judge it on your own, rather than asking me. What can you make it out from my accent and tone? Who am I? From where am I? Obviously, I'm a lady, okay? But where am I? From which country am I? What is my nationality? What can you make it out from my voice, my accent? Of course, I am from India. Okay, is your query sorted out now? Just be on time. It's a kind request to everyone so that you can take the complete advantage of the classes rather than jumping in between. Otherwise, you're going to miss half of the stuff and the class won't be as useful as it should be for you. Fine? Thank you so much. Bye. Just put genuine comments in the feedback form, and if you want me to add something specific in class, if you want me to, change some of my habits, or if you have any issues with my classes, just put that down in the feedback form itself.